afternoon. So I called you guys in here for a special little meeting today. We're going to talk about self-esteem and what it means to accept ourselves as human beings. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give each of you a piece of white paper, okay?
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
And on this piece of paper, I would like you to pretend you are drawing the outline of a person so that there's space inside their body. So pretend there is a person laying on your paper and draw the outline around their heads and their arms and their legs.
Okay.
While you're doing that, I'm going to explain what we're here for. So this is a group that we formed for the purpose of trying to help you develop your positive self-esteem and give you the potential you need to get through life. So we're going to be talking about ways that we can improve our self-esteem and learn to accept ourselves, okay? So inside your person's body, what I want you to do right now, I want you to think about phrases or things that you've heard people out at lunchtime or in the cafeteria, or things that you've heard them say that is mean to people, things that are not very nice. Just write a couple down inside the body. They can be things you've heard people say to other people, mean things that you've had said to you. Hopefully you guys don't say anything mean to other people. Okay, so while you're drawing, who can call out a couple things that you're writing down? Yes.
No one likes you.
No one likes you.
You're not smart.
You're not smart. What else?
You're ugly.
Okay, you're ugly.
You're mean.
You're mean. Yes.
You're fat.
You're fat. What else?
That was mine.
Okay. Okay. Yes.
You can't do this.
You can't do this. Okay, so what I want you to do right now is I want you to crumple that body up into a wad of paper. And if those feelings make you angry, do it really angry. Just wad it up into a ball. Okay? That's kind of what it feels like you wish you could do when you hear those messages, huh? So what I want you to do is flatten your paper back out and take a look at what those negative messages have done to your beautiful person that you drew on your paper.
Wrinkled it.
Wrinkled it.
Wrinkled it.
It deformed it. It doesn't look like it used to. That's what happens when you say negative comments to people. It changes their whole body. It changes the way they look, the way they feel. So I want you to crumple that back up and throw it over there into the paper can.
Just whoa.
I'm going to give you another piece of white paper. Okay, this time I want you to draw another person, just like you did before. But this time, instead of negative messages and mean things, I want you to write positive messages, things you could say to help people make them feel better or make yourself feel better. Think compliments maybe that you've heard that made you feel good or kind of gave you a good day. So write a couple of those positive things down. And while you're writing, what are some of the messages you're writing?
You can do this.
You can do this.
You're beautiful.
You're beautiful.
You're awesome.
You're awesome.
You're nice.
You're nice. Yes.
You're helpful.
You're helpful.
I believe in you.
I believe in you. Very good. Okay, so what you just said were examples of positive self-talk, okay? And what we're going to talk about with this next paper, we're going to have to read a little bit of it, and then you're going to have a little activity to do. So I'm going to read down through this handout, and I just want you to read along with me, and then I'll explain what you're going to do with the sentences on the back, okay? So what we did was just, and again, an example of what positive messages are. And if you notice with the positive messages, we didn't crumple the body, we didn't, deform the body. The positive messages are what keep people intact, keep them a full person. So kind of the point of that activity was just to get you to realize how much it can hurt somebody, both on the inside and the outside when you're using positive or negative self-talk. Because what happened to the people on your paper is what happens to your own body when you talk about yourself negatively. So when you're saying, I can't do this, or I'm ugly, or I don't know this, I'm stupid, you're doing that same thing to your own body. So what we're going to talk about today is how to use positive self-talk to improve your self-esteem. Okay? So take a look at the front of your paper. I'm going to read through it. It's the first term is self-acceptance. Okay, and self-acceptance is when you're able to recognize yourself as a person and you believe that you're worthy, that you're here for a reason. And that's what we want everybody in school, but specifically in this group, we want to build in you. We want you to recognize your value as a person. Self-acceptance and self-esteem are very similar terms. Self-esteem is more how you feel about yourself. So with self-acceptance, it's your value, how you feel as a person, and your self-esteem is how you feel about yourself. To make that a little more clear, self-acceptance is more like an action, like you do something, you stick up for yourself, whereas self-esteem is like your inside feelings. And so what we need to do is build your self-esteem higher, and we need to build your self-acceptance. So by learning to use this positive talk when you're feeling upset or when you're feeling like you doubt yourself, that's a trick you can kind of learn to make yourself feel better. So if you flip your paper over to the back, there are some positive self-talk messages, okay? And I'm going to give you a little bit of an assignment right here. What I want you to do is pick one of the sentences on your paper, and I want you to answer or finish the sentence. It's already started for you. You're going to finish the sentence with something that's true about yourself. Okay, so I'll give you a couple minutes to do that. About one more minute. Okay, so that one sentence that you chose, we're going to go around the table, and what I want you to do is read that sentence aloud and finish it with whatever you wrote down on your paper. So we'll start with you.
An example of a time I was brave is when I went to Disneyland and rode a roller coaster that goes up in circles.
Okay, next.
I am capable of making decisions for myself. A time I made a good decision was when I worked hard to get an A+.
Okay.
I'm talented. Two things I am really good at are cheer and always smiling.
Okay.
I'm loved and cared about. People who care about me are my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, and my dad.
Okay.
I am a good friend. A time I was happy was when I got to cheer in my first game with my squad.
I am capable of being happy. A time I was happy was when I met my best friends, aka my cheer squad.
Okay, very good. So how hard do you think it would be to talk to yourself like that during the week? Not hard. You think you'd be when you feel yourself feeling kind of down on yourself, you think you could make a positive self-statement like this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have some homework for you before the next time we get back together. What I want you to do next time we come back is I want you to make a list of at least 5 messages, positive messages that you gave yourself during the week. So say you're getting, ready in the morning and you have a big test that day and you're feeling really insecure and worried you're gonna, do poorly on the test, and you think, okay, no, I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna do well on this test. I'm gonna pass this test. And then later on in the day, I want you to kind of remember that message you gave yourself. And you just write it down on a piece of paper. Say, I can do this. I can pass my test. And I want you to at least have 5 different messages that you've been able to say to yourself through the week by the next time we come back. Can you guys do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.